Hello and welcome to this video. Your business isn't just about what's already happened, it's also about what's going to happen going forward. And in this video, we're going to have a quick look at what QuickBooks can do to make sure that your business is supported going forward. What we're going to look at today is Cashflow forecast and also the budgeting tool within QuickBooks itself. Let's have a look. Hello and welcome to this video. My name is Aaron Patrick. I'm a chartered accountant, certified UK trainer, and also that QuickBooks Chap. As head of accounts at Boffix, one of the things that we're absolutely obsessed about is not just thinking about what your business has already done, but trying to give you the information to understand what's going to happen going forward. Because let's be honest, what happens next is far more important than what's already happened in terms of your business. So with that, we're going to have to rely on tools. Tools to help us make decisions, tools to help us be able to see what's going to happen and predict to our best of our ability. And we at Boffix absolutely love QuickBooks for that. It gives you the tools you need built directly in. Now, there are more sophisticated tools out there, and we will definitely come to those and definitely look at those in more detail. But for now, we're going to use what's in QuickBooks Online. We're going to have a look at what options it has available to make us be able to predict what's going forward. Let's have a look. Right, so what is already in QuickBooks? Well, first of all, Cashflow is king and it's so important, and during the whole pandemic it's been more important than ever in terms of making sure that your business has that cash flow sorted. So in QuickBooks we already have cash flow. We have a whole cash flow planner down the bottom here, and what it does is it reads what's already happened in your bank account and starts predicting things going forward. It also looks at sales invoices and bills that may still be outstanding and see if they can help predict what's going on. What you'll also find is you get the option to add a brand new transaction just here. So if you can add a transaction, that means that you can just affect this cash flow planner and start predicting what's going on. So that gives you power to start thinking about, well, what happens if I do take on this new employee? Or what happens if I do take this loan out? Or what happens if I don't get this job that I'm hoping to get? You can start putting these predictions in place, start putting these events in place, and see what happens on your short-term cash flow. We're only looking in the next 90 days, but that's critical for businesses to make sure that we're sustainable for those 90 days. And that's what this tool is all about. So it looks at what's happening in your bank. So you need to make sure you've got a bank account connected to it. It's going to read those transactions. It's going to predict those transactions. And ultimately, it's going to give you a prediction of what's going to happen in the next 90 days for you. Okay, so that's looking at the 90 days. What about if I want to look further? Well, if I want to look further, I use this company cog up here. I use the tools section and I use budgeting. Budgeting is ideal for making sure that you can start predicting your next year or longer in terms of what you think your business is going to do. And once you've set a budget, you can then see how you're performing against that budget. And when it comes to making key decisions, or if something like your bank is asking for information that relates to key decisions that have been made, then the budgeting tools and reports can be the perfect solution. What you're effectively doing here is you're making or predicting what's going forward based on data that's already in QuickBooks. So it's a great starting point to be able to understand what you predict or what you expect to happen in the next 12 months. Let's have a look at those predictions and those budgeting and how it can help you. Well, we're going to add a brand new budget from start, just at the top up here. From there, we're going to give it a name and we're going to do next year's prediction. Then you're going to choose what period it is that you're trying to predict. So I'm going to go from March 2020 to February 2021. I'm then going to want to see what interval. So do I want to record this monthly, quarterly, yearly? Obviously, quarterly means that you're going to have, and yearly will be quicker to be able to do, but you'll probably find monthly is the most sensible in terms of making sure that you've got that data already in there. And then the key one to use is pre-fill data. If you use pre-fill data, that means you're going to start bringing in data that's already been there that's going to help you actually determine if you're doing things right. So we're going to use the last set of data. The final bit is, do you want to subdivide by customer, class or location? That's if you're looking at more of a project-based approach. Are you looking to really just hone on a particular customer, a particular class, particular location? And or do you want to look at the whole company? If you want to look at the whole company, just leave don't subdivide on. At that point, it's now generated me my basis of my budget. So we look back at the previous year and it's starting putting things into those areas that I incurred expenses this time last year. And that's a great starting point. So let's create budget and see what I can do from there. From there then, you can see I've got artist income there. I've got all my other income and expenditure here. And if I want to make an amendment to any of these, I click into the box and I can say maybe I'm going to have £15,000 here, or maybe I'm going to have £2,000 here. And I basically, whatever I predict my budget's going to be as I go along. If I know that I'm going to get consistent income or expense, I can put £1,000 in there, press this little button there, and it'll copy it all the way across for me. So I can go line by line, making sure I'm confident and comfortable with what's going on. And every time I make an adjustment, I either can put it in individual one. So if it's going to be quarterly, then maybe I need to go into each individual quarter and put those figures in there. But if I know it's going to be monthly, I know it's going to be consistent, I can use this arrow to fill out the rest of the rows. And if I know I'm only going to start having, say, a cost, so maybe my council tax is starting in August for £500 a month, press there, it'll only fill in for that £500. But now this gives me a chance to go through. I can see what I incurred last year. I can see what I've put in there. And I can start now thinking about, well, what have I got to incur now? Is there anything else I need to worry about? Is there anything else I need to include? Once I'm happy with that, I press save. And that budget has been saved. If I then want to run anything against the budget, all I need to do is use this drop down arrow here. And I can run budget overview report. And that's going to give me a breakdown of that budget in a nice format that I can utilize. Furthermore, from the budget place, I can run a budget versus actuals. And as my actual figures arrive, they can then see, am I actually close to that budget or not? And that gives me a great indication of how close I am on point with the budget that I'm trying to do. So there we have it, 2 really quick tools within QuickBooks. It's going to help your business be able to think about what's going on and be able to predict what to expect going forward. And it's crucial that we have that information. It's crucial to not only predict the next 90 days, but try and think about what we expect in a year. And if you're looking to get some more funding or anything that relates to you having to predict your next 12 months, this is a great tool to start with so that you can start thinking about that. And the way that you can take that report like we've just shown there means that can give you an opportunity to be able to include that in any decision making. Maybe if you've got to put an application to the bank or whatever it's going to be, then use the data that you've got as a backbone and start trying to predict what you expect is going to happen going forward. And there we have it, 2 features in QuickBooks that's already there, which you can use to make sure that your company is going in the right track, that you can have confidence that you're in the right way in terms of making sure cash flow and budgeting is all going correctly. These are really underutilized within QuickBooks, but I think they're an absolute lifesaver to businesses. So get in a good routine, start utilizing these tools, and I promise you, you'll be in a far better position to be able to make those business decisions going forward. My name's Aaron Patrick. I'm head of accounts here at Boffix. If you need any more advice on this, please don't hesitate to contact us. We very much believe that our clients should have access to this real-time information to make decisions just like this. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever needed the use of the cash flow or the budgeting tool and how your experience with those features were. My name's been Aaron Patrick. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this video for you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.